Ah, goofball dog. Merry Christmas. So I've decided to make a bellows for my forge. This crank blower is borrowed, and it's pretty worn out, and it needs to be rebuilt. And so either I go through that, which isn't, I mean, it needs new bushings and whatnot, but I'd rather not keep wearing it out. It takes a lot of effort just because of how worn it is, and it doesn't stay going when I'm not cranking it. So anyway, I decided to try my hand at making a set of bellows, partly because I'm fairly fascinated by them, and just out of practicality, because it is a good way. It worked for many hundreds of years to move air to a coal fire, so that's my intention, is to do it that way. I'm taking some things from a bunch of different sort of tutorials and things I've seen, and gonna apply my own things as well, because I'm planning to mount it in a unconventional way. So anyway, that'll all be coming, but this is just sort of an overview to start with. 3/4 tongue and groove flooring. I've seen a lot of them made out of plywood. I've seen a lot of them made out of just regular boards glued together, which I was going to go that route, just sort of for the sake of tradition, but I'm not using leather for it, and I'm not doing very much traditionally, so there's no reason to worry about that authenticity. It'll be a great bellows, a 2-compartment double lung bellows. So the one side pushes air into the other side, and that side, the top side, historically, is what actually feeds the fire. So what I have here so far is I took 2 pieces back to back just to make a nice stiff center board. I've glued and screwed that together, although my glue is frozen and not really, so whatever, we'll see if that actually, it's more or less a sealant, almost more so than structural, so whatever, it'll dry eventually, or it won't. So the shape and size is, I just took my 4x8 sheet and I cut it diagonally, and that's the biggest kind of triangular shape I could make. Now most of them are more bulbous, kind of, they don't have that sharp corner, and we'll see how that works with the material I'm using for my leathers, but it may prove to be terrible, and then I'll have to make another one, but we'll see. That, I was sort of just trying to get the biggest thing I could out of 2 sheets of plywood. It comes out to just over 6 feet long, and at its widest there, it's about 40 inches wide, and then it tapers down to 3 door hinges, whatever that is. I'm just making the thing. I'm not following any plans, so I just make it as I go. So just a quick update. I have this propped open here a little farther probably than it will. I'm not yet sure how much I'm going to, how wide I'll open it. This is the bottom chamber, so this is sitting upside down. You can see I've got my hinge on. For the center rib, it just basically floats in place, and the leathers, in my case the lumber tarp, kind of holds it in place. So I've just used a little strap of, stapled a little piece of the edge of the tarp, the reinforced edge of the tarp, is forming my hinge there. For that, basically just to hold it in place until the covering is on. So I haven't decided yet. I think I may go one more time here and make 3 of these valves. The failing of really any of these is generally not enough valve area, so that they're either hard to operate or inefficient and whatnot. So on my center plate, I've run them that way. It doesn't really matter where they go, I don't think. Air is air. It's going to flow where it can. The reason I'm drilling holes like this instead of just cutting one big round hole is partly the valve system that I'm going to use. Is Big Dog Forge has a couple of videos on his belt, and I love the simplicity of his valve. So I'll show you when I make mine as well, but check out Big Dog Forge. He's got a couple of videos making his great bellows. It's a much more traditional looking bellows when he's finished than this one is going to be. But yeah, he has the simplest valve, seems to work. And so that's what I'm going to try here. And so yeah, same thing here. I may cut one more. This is a 2.5-inch hole saw that I have, so this is already quite a bit of area, but I would rather, basically, in order to try this, you have to finish it, and once you've finished it, you can't really get back at the valves unless you make, you know, access hatches and things like that, and I have no interest in that. So I have a lot of tarp material here, so I think I'll put it together without, you know, stapling the crap out of it, and then worst case I pull it off and you know, do something different with the valves. But I'll just back up here a little bit so you can actually get a... Anyways, that's one chamber. Like I say, that's just scraps I had to prop it open. It probably won't open quite that far, but this is what will be the bottom, or in my case, I'm going to mount it differently, so it's going to be, but it's the fill side anyway. So that's where I'm at.